In a society where progress is often celebrated, why do we still grapple with certain societal issues that seem to have rooted themselves deep within? This question takes us on a journey today, a journey of introspection and reflection, as we explore one such issue that is often swept under the rug. It's an issue that many women face, yet it remains invisible to the larger society. Our story today is about a woman who embodies strength and resilience. She is a social reformer, a beacon of hope for many women in distress. Day in and day out, she fights for justice, putting everything on the line. But what happens when the warrior herself is caught in the very chains she strives to break? She is a woman in her mid-30s, living with her husband and 2 children. Her husband doesn't work, yet he insists that she quit her job, the job that puts food on their table. She is constantly under his suspicious gaze, her every move monitored, her every word scrutinized. She endures physical and mental abuse, the very abuse she fights against in her professional life. She is willing to leave her job, but only if her husband takes up the responsibility of providing for the family. But his response? He'd rather they both stay at home, jobless, than let her continue working. She is trapped, caught in a web of societal constraints and personal dilemmas. Every day she faces threats and violence, even at her workplace. She is accused of infidelity if her phone is busy or if she talks to someone. All this while she is transparent with her husband about all her activities. She has even approached the police, but to no avail. The daily conflicts are affecting her children, their future at stake. She asks, "Who will help me now, and how will I break free from these chains?" This is her story, a story that resonates with many women living in similar conditions. A story that begs us to question the societal norms we have come to accept. It's time we delve deeper into her life and understand the paradox that is our society. Meet our protagonist, a 37-year-old woman employed at a women's helpline, struggling to help herself. She is a beacon of hope for many women, yet her own life is shrouded in darkness, a paradox that is as ironic as it is heartbreaking. She lives with her husband and 2 children, trying to balance the scales of her personal and professional life. Her husband, unemployed and unwilling to find work, has become a phantom in their lives. She is the breadwinner, yet he insists she quit her job, a job that allows them to keep a roof over their heads and food on their table. His suspicion and insecurity have created a fortress around their home, isolating her from the world outside. His accusations are baseless, his threats endless. He visits her office, leaving trails of fear and humiliation behind him, insisting she resign or face dire consequences. She's willing to give up her job, but not at the cost of her children's future. She pleads with him to find work so she can quit hers, but he remains adamant. He refuses to be the provider, yet forbids her from being one. His frequent bouts of drunkenness lead to physical abuse and verbal onslaughts, creating a toxic environment that's affecting their children's development. She has tried on occasion to seek help from the authorities, but to no avail. The fear of her children's future being marred by the constant fighting makes her reluctant to retaliate. She works at a place where countless cases like hers come up every day, but she finds herself unable to fight for her own rights. She feels trapped, shackled by societal norms and her husband's domineering nature. She wants to break free, but doesn't know how. She wants to protect her children's future, but feels helpless. She finds herself helpless, unable to fight for her own rights. Is there another way out? In a society where women are expected to be nurturers, who nurtures them when they need it? This question calls us to reflect on an irony that often goes unnoticed, that many women, despite being the backbone of their families and communities, find themselves trapped in situations that leave them helpless and unheard. They are expected to uphold societal norms, to care for their families, and to bear the brunt of the world's problems, all while keeping a brave face. Take our protagonist, for example. She is a woman who spends her days fighting for justice for others, yet she herself is entwined in the very same societal chains she seeks to break for others. She is a paradox within our society, a woman who stands up for others but is unable to stand up for herself. She faces the daily struggle of an abusive partner, the pressure of providing for her children, and the societal expectations that tell her to endure, to keep quiet, to sacrifice. Yet she continues to work, to fight, not just for her own survival but for her children's future. But why, you might ask, does she not seek help? Why does she not use the resources at her disposal to extricate herself from her circumstance? The answer is not simple. It's layered with societal norms, expectations, and the fear of stigma. It's bound by the paradox that while she can help others navigate their issues, she is unable to navigate her own. She finds herself in a societal paradox, a loop that keeps her locked in her situation. She is the person who others turn to for help, yet when she needs it, she finds herself alone. Society has created an environment where she is expected to be the nurturer, the helper, the fixer. But when she herself needs nurturing, help, or fixing, she finds herself trapped. She asks, is there a solution that can save my children's future? Can we as a society offer her an answer? Can we break the paradox and offer her the help she needs, the help she deserves? This isn't just her story. It's the story of countless women forced to live in such conditions. It's a tale that's echoed in the hushed whispers of homes across the globe, a narrative that's been normalized by the very society that should be fighting against it. What we must understand is that the solution to these issues doesn't lie in the hands of one individual. It's a societal issue, and it calls for a societal response. It's time we brought about a change, a shift in our mindset, in our actions, and in our words. It's time we stopped being bystanders in the face of injustice and started speaking up, started acting. It's time we used our collective voices to shatter the shackles of silence and fear. It's time we stood up for those who can't. We urge you to share your stories, your experiences, your solutions. Your voice could be the beacon of hope for someone living in darkness. Your words could inspire action, spark a conversation, and bring about change. This isn't just a call to action, it's a call to humanity. We believe that together, we can create a ripple effect of change that can transform lives. We can turn this platform into a safe haven for those in need, a place where stories are heard and solutions are shared. We can foster a community-driven approach to tackle these deep-rooted societal issues. So let's come together. Let's unite in our efforts to shine a light on these issues. Let's hold up a mirror to society through this public platform. Let's strive to make a difference, one story at a time. Because it's not just about making a video or gaining views. It's about making a difference. It's about changing lives. And remember, change doesn't happen overnight. It's a gradual process, but every small step counts. So, let's take that first small step today. Let's start a conversation. Let's start a revolution. Let's create a world where every individual feels safe, respected, and heard. Because in the end, that's all that really matters.